I can't tell if we're on. Hi, kids. It's comedy week at the Late Night Picture Show. We don't always have comedy week. But still fitting with the theme of the show. We're not just launching off into any comedy here. This, even though it's kind of golden, is essentially a white lily. And I saw this recipe in a newspaper article clipped out with Yvonne DiCarlo, as you know, played Lily Munster, and they had taken this drink from Mr. Boston. Sure enough, it's in my Mr. Boston's bar book up there. Well, so I know this is going to sound terrible, but we got a splash of absinthe in the glass. We've got a shot of gin, a shot of silver rum. I tried it with Bacardi. Somebody gave me like a pint of Bacardi that was like half drank, and I tried it with the Bacardi, but much better with the Diplomatico. Still around $20, maybe even under $20. Right around $20. And yeah, notes of vanilla and goes really well with the gin. And then there's some orange liqueur in there. It said triple sec, but I tried Cointreau at first, and it was a whole shot. And I'm like, that's too sweet. It was definitely white. It was clear. I switched to the Curacao, and I'm only putting about half a shot. And now we're right on the money. The gin and the rum actually go together. And the orange is just right. But that's why this is a little... So I guess I'll call this a golden lily instead of a white lily. I put a little orange peel in there just for good measure. Okay, let's get ready for some comedy, shall we?
Good night, kids. Thanks for watching.
Our first picture. Mad Monster Party. I swear on the credits there was a question mark after there. It's the silliest party of the year, and you're all invited. Whoa, pardon me. I had a beer earlier. I had a grapefruit Hefeweizen. So pardon me if I'm a little bit gassy. See Frankenstein, the ghoul who never loses his cool. See Dracula, the world's original Batman. See the creature, the fish you'd like to forget. See the werewolf, that sly old dog whose bite is worse than his bark. See Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and get 2 friends for the price of 1. See the mummy, 135 feet of slithering, stinking bandage. See the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Notre Dame, college football's secret weapon. It worked, too. They beat USC this year. See the Invisible Man and learn what he has up his sleeves. That you can see that in starring the talents of Boris Karloff, Ethel Guinness, Gail Garnett. And don't forget the Queen of America, Phyllis Diller. That's right, you heard me. I'm going to set that over there, just in case I do ever end up giving these away. Mad Monster Party is a 1966... Well, it's Bass Rankin, but distributed by Embassy Pictures, directed by Jules Bass, featuring the voices of, we said what here, Boris Karloff, Phyllis Diller, and Alan Swift, who all of us old folks know. He voices the Dracula character. If you don't know him by name, if you're like 45 and up, you're probably going to remember his voice if you heard it. From the people who brought you Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and all those other cute but freaky Christmas movies, Christmas puppet movies, only this time it's famous monster puppets. I would add famous, like, Universal version monster puppets. So this must have been made in conjunction with Universal Pictures, kind of like Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein. Okay, the monsters are all invited by Baron von Frankenstein, who is voiced by Karloff, to his Caribbean island. Apparently. So he's about to retire. So apparently he's already settled in the Caribbean. I got to get out of these mountain climates of Germany or wherever into a warmer place. I'm kind of thinking the same thing. Winter rolls around here and I'm like, too old for this cold. Summons all his monster friends for a meeting of the Worldwide Organization of Monsters, or WOM. The Baron has decided to retire, as I said, and ready to name his successor. He has a successor in mind. His nephew Felix, who's like this nerdy little redheaded kid. I think he was redheaded. Big glasses. Kind of like, he reminded me of Sherman from Sherman and Peabody. I don't know which came first. One by one, the monsters arrive. They're all here. The Wolfman, the Mummy. Well, we went through that on the poster. Dr. Jekyll, a hunchback, a creature, Frankenstein monster, Phyllis Diller is the bride of the Frankenstein monster. Only it, they call it it, and we're not talking Stephen King here, has not been invited because he just wrecked the place last year. He just fucking destroyed the place. So they left him off the list. Don't tell him. The Baron's secretary, and for a puppet, this gal's like put together really well. She's like stacked, if you know what I mean, and a redhead to boot. Her name escapes me, but she's told of the plan and has already made plans for herself to seize power of the group. She uses her feminine wiles to enlist Dracula to help her. Well, things don't go so easy because Phyllis, the bride, overhears her thinking and does her best to thwart the plan. The monsters gang up and throw poor Red in the croc-infested moat, where the also outcast Felix just happens to be sitting in a boat in this croc-infested moat, and he saves Red. He saves the day, pulls her into the boat, and she looks in his eyes, and they fall in love. That is, until it shows up. It finds out about the party. And shows up. It turns out, is an approximation of King Kong. So a giant gorilla shows up. He rescues Red from the zombie butler who somehow got a hold of her, and in turn the Baron rescues her from the ape. Felix and Red ride off into the sunset as the Baron and his army of zombies attack it in their homemade planes. The Baron can not only make monsters, but apparently he can make planes too. Okay. Not going to ruin it. I already kind of told you the end. But you knew what was going to happen. This is like a Rankin Bass Kids movie. Beautiful 3D animation by Rankin and Bass. The sets, the puppets, the cinematography, and the lighting are all fantastic. The story, however, is a little long and just not as funny as it could have been. I wrote here, perhaps we could have done without the musical numbers, or maybe not as many musical numbers. Also, in my opinion, Jonathan Winters would have helped out here. If he was one of the monsters, that would have really, livened things up. Overall, to coin a term from the period, it's a gas. Four. It's a 4-ring circus on feature 1 tonight. Mad Monster Party. Okay. That's yummy. And it doesn't sound like it would be. It's also fairly high proof. We got a couple of 94 proof liquors in there. And then some 80 proof dry curacao. Yeah. Okay. We'll probably have another one of these. Why not? And, yeah. Let's all go to the lobby and make ourselves a drink.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.